Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Karen. Today we are looking at a lesson and it's part 1 called Tube Man, a man like no other.
Do I look like Tube Man?
Tube Man actually sounds like some kind of superhero. Is it some kind of superhero? You know, like Iron Man, Batman, Spider-Man. Now we have the Tube Man. Who is Tube Man?
Yeah, well, Tube Man is definitely not a superhero, but he's super cute.
Aww.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically all it is like a really big balloon.
Okay.
And it's a big balloon that when it blows up, it looks like a man. Or it could be a woman, or it could be something like a person, like that kind of a shape.
All right.
And when you blow the air in it, it uses a fan, and the fan blows the air in it and makes him move around.
Like it's dancing
Like
or
it's
something, or waving his arm.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I guess that is kind of cute, but...
It's to get people's attention. So like I first started noticing them when I would go near, there was a place near my home that had a lot of they would sell cars.
Okay.
Car selling lots, or like selling tires.
All right.
Places like that, and they just want to get people's attention. And so you could see lots of them around my home.
And then you have a bunch of tube men dancing and waving their arms.
Yeah.
That looks really cute.
They're pretty fun. Well, let's get into the lesson and learn a little bit more about Tube Man, a man like no other.
All right.
Outside a new shop, you see a tall, thin man. He's smiling and waving his long, thin arms at you. He's also bowing down and rising up to greet you.
Okay, so we're looking at Tube Man. A man like no other. And this is part 1. So, Karen, first explain to everybody what a tube is.
Okay, so a tube, that is a noun. So basically, it's a long, hollow object. So it's like a long, round, hollow, maybe piece of metal or rubber or plastic. So for example, you could say the liquid goes through the tube into the bottle.
Okay, so I would imagine the Tube Man is a plastic tube.
That's right.
Right? Okay, so let's start the reading.
All right.
Outside a new shop, you see a tall, thin man. He's smiling and waving his long, thin arms at you.
Okay, just picturing that in my mind, you know, I would believe that it would attract a lot of attention.
Yes.
Right?
It definitely catches your eye when you see this kind of waving, you know, weird-looking tall man. So to wave means to move your hand or arm from side to side in the air so that you can attract attention. Say hello, etc. So for example, I waved goodbye to my girlfriend at the airport.
Aww.
Then I cried. I miss her.
Okay, so let's get back to the article though and learn more about Tube Man. So he's also bowing down and rising up to greet you. Oh, he's also bowing down.
Yeah, what does that mean, to bow down?
To bow, that is a verb. It just means to bend the head or body forward as a way of showing respect or expressing thanks or greeting someone. So you would bow.
Sounds very like Japanese.
That's right. It's part of the culture. Okay, so for example, we knelt and bowed our heads in prayer. So sometimes you do that also to show respect as well.
Right, so knelt is the past tense of to kneel.
Get down on your knees.
On your knees. So you got on your knees and prayed.
Yes.
Okay. So in Canada, were these pretty popular as well? These, like I said, at least in the United States, they were everywhere.
Yeah, well, especially when there are festivals or when you go to carnivals, you know, places where you need a lot of people's attention. You would usually see tube men waving and dancing in the air, and they're just really, really cute to look at.
Yeah, I just wonder, like, it seems like a lot of electricity you would have to use because the fan must be pretty big to keep blowing that thing up and making it move up and down. So I wonder if it's good for the environment.
I really don't know, but it certainly catches a lot of people's attention, right?
That's right.
For, you know, in a form of advertisement. If you're outside of a store and then the owner of the store wants people to come inside, of course it's going to attract some customers.
So we can say for marketing and advertising purposes.
Exactly.
Okay, why don't we take a short break and we'll be back with Tube Man.
All right.
The man continues this way for some time, and you can't take your eyes off him. His crazy dancing motion is fun to watch. You want to tell him that, but you can't. The man isn't human. He's a tube man. His body and arms are made of tubes of plastic fabric, and a fan blows air into them.
Welcome back from the break. So we learned a little bit about Tube Man, right? Found out that he isn't a superhero. But it's pretty super to watch him. It's a lot of fun. So basically, he's just kind of like a plastic tube. We blow air at him, and he can wave his hands, and he kind of bows and makes lots of movements, and it really can catch your eyes.
That's right. So let's learn more about these interesting tube men. The man continues this way for some time. So we're talking about the tube man. And you can't take your eyes off him. So when you say that you can't take your eyes off him, it just means that...
Hey, sorry, my eye is on you. Here,
no, it doesn't mean that your eyes are actually on him, but you're looking at him. You can't stop looking at him because he's so funny, right?
Right.
So,
you say, for example, I saw a pretty girl and I couldn't take my eyes off of her.
Exactly. That means you can't stop looking at her. And I know I'm very pretty.
Yeah, I can't take my eyes off of you.
Okay, so that's the phrase that you can use if you can't stop looking at something. His crazy dancing motion is fun to watch. Definitely, because with the air inside, it's always waving, dancing, and bowing his head and body, right? It looks like a real person.
It's a really cool invention because it's simple.
Yes.
Yet it really is something that will get your attention.
Exactly.
Because you really can't take your eyes off of him.
And his dancing motion is just so fun to watch.
Hey, well, what does this word motion mean?
Okay, so motion, that is a noun. Motion is the way things get from place to place or when it's moving. So for example, the ball rolling down a hill is in motion. It's continuing to move, right?
You could also say, that is a motion. Moving
That's
my arm
right.
is a motion, right? Okay. Continuing the article. You want to tell him that, but you can't. The man isn't human. He's a tube man.
That's right. The man isn't human.
So you want to tell him that. What is that?
You want to tell him that you're really cute, you're really fun,
Yeah.
right?
But you can't. So I think most people probably know that this isn't really a person, right? It isn't a human. So what is a human, or when we say something is human, what do we mean? We mean of or connected with people rather than animals, machines, or goods, right? So for example, you can say, I don't think Jocelyn is human. I'm pretty sure she's an alien.
His body and arms are made of tubes of plastic fabric, and a fan blows air into them. So the plastic fabric is actually very, very thin. So I would imagine that it's very easy to store as well. If you're not using it, the air is not blowing through it, you can kind of just fold it like you're folding clothes,
Just
right?
put it somewhere.
So plastic, that is an adjective. Plastic is a synthetic material.
Oh, so meaning not like a natural occurring material, right? Okay.
That's right. That can be molded when soft and formed into a solid shape. So for example, many toys are made out of plastic, like Barbie dolls and Lego blocks.
Yeah, I like Lego blocks. We also have another vocabulary word, fabric, which is a noun. It's just material made by weaving wool, cotton, silk, plastic thread, etc. Used for making clothes, curtains, tube men, etc.
Exactly. Okay, so we learned quite a lot about these adorable tube men that attract a lot of attention, right?
But this is just part one, so there's more to learn about tube man.
I can't wait.
So we will see you next time, and make sure to join us.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Outside a new shop, you see a tall, thin man. He's smiling and waving his long, thin arms at you. He's also bowing down and rising up to greet you. The man continues this way for some time, and you can't take your eyes off him. His crazy dancing motion is fun to watch. You want to tell him that, but you can't. The man isn't human. He's a tube man. His body and arms are made of tubes of plastic fabric, and a fan blows air into them.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 tube 名词，管状物。The cat jumped out of the tube. 猫从管子里跳了出来。下一个单字 wave 动词，挥动。Sarah waved at her friends across the street. Sarah 向对街的朋友们挥手。下一个单字 motion 名词，动作。Lisa's quick motion scared the cat. Lisa 的快速动作吓到了猫。最后一个单字 human 形容词，人类的。Human-like 也是一个形容词，指的是像人类的。This is a human error. 这是一个人为错误。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 bow down 鞠躬。Down 可以省略，它的后面可以加上 to 再接对象，表示向某人鞠躬。Bow 指的是鞠躬。我们来看看这个例句。Ellen bowed down to the audience. Ellen 向观众鞠躬。下一个文法 rise up 起身。Rise 指的是升起，它的三态是 rise, rose, risen。我们来看看这个例句。The man rose up from his seat to greet his friends. 这名男子从座位上站起来迎接他的朋友。最后一个文法 A is made of B. A 由 B 制成。A 为成品 B 是原料。这个用法描述看得出成品的原料是什么。我们来看看这个例句。 The table is made of wood. 这张桌子是木质的。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，回去记得复习哦。我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, it's Winnie.
Shh, don't say my name.
Why?
I am a CIA agent.
CIA, like Central Intelligence Agency?
Yeah, it's a very famous abbreviation.
Okay, well, it's time for KiWi on the street. Let's go work on some abbreviations.
Let's work on our abbreviations. Our first one is GTG or G2G.
Got to go. G to G. Generation to generation.
Okay,
That's a good guess.
That's a very good guess. But let me give you a clue. Okay. Oh, look at the time. I G to G.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I G to G.
I G to G. Goodbye to goodbye.
That's so cute. That's cute. I got to go.
I got to go.
I got to go.
I'm gonna say that. Goodbye to goodbye.
We also have YOLO.
You only live once.
You only live once.
Whoa! Very good.
BLT.
BLT.
And I'll give you a hint. This is a type of sandwich.
So does beef, lettuce,
bacon and
Bacon.
lettuce.
Yes.
And T1
It's red.
red tomato.
Very good. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. BLT. All right. Last one. Oh,
Yes.
that's very good. So, what did we learn today?
Welcome to today's abbreviations. And as we all know, we love to use online lingo, such as our first one, GTG, or sometimes written G2G with the number, but that's not what the two means. We're not talking about TWO, we're talking about TO. Got to go, okay? And we're not saying get to go or have to go. It's the past tense, it's got to go. So for example, I'm running late, I've got to go. Our second one is YOLO or YOLO, meaning you only live once. So we use this to say, you know, we want to take life by the horns, we want to take risks, we want to appreciate life, and we want to really do stuff that maybe we're too scared to do. So for example, you could say, let's go skydiving because you only live once. Then we have our final abbreviation of the day, and I must say my favorite, which is BLT, a type of sandwich. And it stands for bacon, lettuce, tomato. So this is the flavor of the sandwich, okay? So for example, I am so hungry, I could really go for a bacon, lettuce, tomato. That's all we have for today. KiWi later.